Imagine this for a moment. You're in the middle of a meticulously planned, high-stakes heist in Grand Theft Auto 6. The adrenaline is pumping, the alarms are silent, the guards are down, the vault door is swinging open, and the score of a lifetime is within your grasp. Then, a warning flashes across your screen. Hurricane imminent. The entire mission is immediately canceled. The opportunity vanishes, and your massive potential payday is washed away by the storm. This isn't some pre-scripted cutscene or a minor inconvenience. This is the rumored new reality of Vice City, a world so dynamic and alive that the weather itself can become your greatest adversary. With an anticipated $1 billion in pre-orders and a potential price tag of $100 per copy, Rockstar Games is making a colossal promise. Today, we're diving deep into the trailers, the leaks, and the most credible speculation to uncover the revolutionary gameplay features that might just redefine open-world gaming forever. We're going to explore how the game world itself breathes and fights back, how the people within it think and remember your actions, and how core mechanics like theft and police chases have been rebuilt from the ground up. So buckle up, because what we're about to discuss suggests that Grand Theft Auto 6 isn't just a new game, it's a new paradigm. The first and perhaps most earth-shattering change is the game's fully dynamic and impactful weather system. For years, weather in games has been little more than cosmetic dressing. A bit of rain to make the streets look shiny, a sunbeam to create a lens flare. Grand Theft Auto 6 aims to shatter that illusion completely. According to a detailed Reddit thread analyzing leaked information, the weather will be a constant, influential force. When you drive into a thunderstorm, it won't just be for show. The adaptive systems will allegedly trigger your car's wipers to slam back and forth automatically, visibility will plummet to dangerously low levels, and, most terrifyingly, the roads will become slick enough to hydroplane. This isn't just a visual effect. It's a fundamental change to the physics of driving. A high-speed getaway in a downpour becomes a white-knuckle battle for control. The game's recreation of Florida's volatile climate is set to be painstakingly realistic. We're talking about the potential for sudden torrential floods that close off entire sections of the map, submerging cars and creating impassable barriers. Imagine trying to escape the police only to find your route cut off by a rising tide. The leaks even hint at the possibility of random lightning strikes and powerful windstorms capable of throwing objects your way. This isn't just about spectacle, it's about strategy. Imagine a thick, oppressive fog rolling in from the swamps, blanketing the neon-soaked streets. Suddenly, a high-speed chase becomes a terrifying game of blind navigation. But it could also provide the perfect cover for a stealthy infiltration. Or consider a brutal Florida heatwave. The game might model its effects on your character, draining your stamina faster if you sprint, forcing you to think tactically about hydration and finding shade. In Grand Theft Auto 6, the environment is no longer a passive stage. It's a dynamic character with its own moods and a direct influence on your ability to survive. This level of detail extends to the very ground beneath your feet. The sand and water effects are reportedly true to life on a granular level, meaning a joyride on a jet ski or tearing across the beach in a dune buggy will feel more visceral and realistic than ever before. But the living world of Vice City doesn't stop with the climate. It extends to the creatures that inhabit it. The game brings the Florida Keys and the Everglades to life in terrifying detail. This isn't the sparse, passive wildlife of previous titles. We're talking about a vibrant, dangerous ecosystem. The trailers have already shown us glimpses. Pythons slithering through the swamps, flocks of flamingos taking flight from the beaches, dogs jogging alongside their owners, and even a wildlife officer wrestling a massive alligator out of a suburban swimming pool. Hunting is also said to make a return, taking place in the remote Mount Calaga National Park. But this time, you are not always the hunter. Step into the wrong part of the swamp, and you could go from tracking a wild boar to desperately trying to escape the jaws of a snapping alligator or the crushing grip of an angry python. This dynamic extends to the food chain. We're not just talking about random animal spawns, we're talking about a simulated ecosystem. You might witness a hawk snatching a snake from the ground or a pack of wild boars defending their territory against an intruder.
More importantly, can you manipulate this system? Could you lure a powerful predator towards an enemy encampment using nature itself as a weapon? The potential for truly unscripted, emergent gameplay moments is astronomical. Every trip into the Everglades could become a unique, unrepeatable story. And to top off this immersive world, what will you be listening to as you navigate its dangers? Rumors suggest a revolution in the iconic radio stations.
Music producer Jermaine Dupri let slip in a podcast that Rockstar approached him about creating custom radio stations for major artists. We're talking about the possibility of a dedicated Drake station, a Kendrick Lamar station, and even DJ Khaled hosting his own show. This, along with other rumored celebrity appearances like Megan Thee Stallion, means that cruising through Vice City will feel more connected to the real world than ever before. If you're blown away by the idea of a hurricane ruining your day, hit that like button and let us know what you think. The sheer scale of this living world is staggering, but it's the people who inhabit it that might represent the biggest leap forward. Rockstar seems to be resurrecting and enhancing a beloved feature from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas: realistic body transformation. The appearance of our protagonists, Jason and Lucia, won't be static. What they eat and how they work out could have a visible and tangible impact on their bodies and abilities. In the trailers, we see Jason lifting weights and Lucia working a punching bag. We also see Jason's physique change, appearing far more muscular in some scenes than in others. This strongly suggests that building muscle or gaining weight won't just be for aesthetics. A higher level of fitness could directly impact health, stamina, and performance in certain missions. It could even change how the world reacts to you. A bulked-up Jason might find non-player characters more intimidated by him, or perhaps more attractive to certain people. Similarly, Lucia's style and fitness could alter her interactions. This personal customization bleeds into the single most anticipated advancement: the artificial intelligence driving every non-player character. Speculation points towards an AI so advanced that the inhabitants of Vice City will essentially have their own lives. They won't just be walking a preset loop. They will think, remember, adapt, and react to your actions in real time. The first trailer gave us a taste of this on the beach, with dozens of individuals all engaged in their own unique activities: jogging, taking selfies, applying sunscreen, arguing, laughing. It looks less like a video game and more like a live feed from South Beach. The most game-changing aspect of this new AI is memory. Non-player characters will reportedly remember you. This system could have profound consequences. Let's say you get into a minor fender bender and antagonize the other driver, who happens to be a member of a local gang. Days later, you might find yourself ambushed by his entire crew as you pass through their turf. The world doesn't just react in the moment, it holds grudges. Your reputation could become a complex, living metric. Your actions could affect your standing not just with individuals, but with entire factions and neighborhoods. Consistently cause trouble in Little Havana, and you might find the entire community becomes hostile, with residents calling the police on site. You're no longer an anonymous agent of chaos in a world with amnesia. You are a resident, and your actions have lasting social consequences. With a world this reactive, the core gameplay has to evolve. Traditionally, carjacking in Grand Theft Auto has been a one-button affair. It seems those days are over. Grand Theft Auto 6 is rumored to feature a far more realistic and tool-based auto theft system. Sure, the classic scare-and-grab tactic will likely still work on occupied vehicles, but now the non-player characters can and will fight back. For parked cars, however, it's a whole new ballgame. You'll need to analyze the vehicle. Is it an old, beat-up sedan? A simple Slim Gem might be all you need to pop the lock. Is it a modern, high-end supercar with a sophisticated security system? You'll need specialized tools like an immobilizer bypass and the skills to use them without getting caught. Leaks even hint at a tracker jammer to reduce your chances of being hunted down after a successful heist. And once you have the car, you can't just sell it at any old garage.
The game reportedly imports the fence system from Red Dead Redemption 2, meaning you'll need to find a specialized, illicit middleman to offload your stolen goods. This transforms car theft from a simple action into a multi-layered minigame of risk, skill, and planning. This new depth extends to robberies, with far more enterable interiors than any previous game. From diners to banks to pawn shops, players will have a wealth of new targets. But robbing these places won't be as simple as pointing a gun at a cashier. With the new intelligent non-player characters, you're not just robbing a location, you're managing a volatile human situation. The leaks strongly suggest that for any robbery worth the risk, you'll need to do your homework. This means casing the joint could become a core gameplay loop, much like the larger heists in Grand Theft Auto 5, but applied to everyday criminal enterprise. You might need to visit a location at different times of day to learn employee schedules, map out security camera blind spots, and identify structural weaknesses. Every robbery could transform from a simple act of violence into a multi-stage puzzle of observation, preparation, and, finally, execution.
During the act itself, leaked clips appear to show intense hostage scenarios where crowd control is paramount. We see Lucia ordering people to put their hands up while Jason corrals a specific individual. The system may even borrow more from Red Dead Redemption 2, allowing players to gag and restrain non-player characters to maintain control.
It's no longer just about getting the money. It's about managing the witnesses, controlling the chaos, and surviving the consequences. These are the kinds of deep, systemic changes that justify the hype. And if you want to stay on top of every new detail as it breaks, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Because the final piece of this puzzle is the one that ties everything together: the law. The police response in Grand Theft Auto has always been a core pillar of the experience, but it's also been one of its most arcade-like elements. Commit a crime, and police cars magically appear out of thin air. Grand Theft Auto 6 looks to completely overhaul this with an advanced, AI-driven law enforcement system. Police may no longer just spawn nearby. When you commit a crime, they will take time to arrive. They will question witnesses, gathering information and building a profile. A scene in the second trailer where a non-player character asks if someone is a Fed hints at the terrifying possibility of undercover police blending in with the crowd. Another non-player character is heard telling Jason, "We got his name and address," which suggests that law enforcement can and will build a detailed file on you. This transforms the wanted level from a simple meter into a persistent, terrifying investigation. The police aren't just looking for a criminal, they're looking for Jason and Lucia, and they'll use evidence to do it. Did you leave shell casings at the scene? Forensics might trace them back to the gun you used. Did you ditch your custom getaway car? They'll run the plates and connect it to you. This implies an entirely new layer of criminal strategy. Suddenly, wiping down surfaces for fingerprints and disposing of burner weapons after a hit aren't just thematic details, they're essential survival mechanics. The game will force you to think like a professional criminal, because for the first time, you'll be pursued by a police force that thinks like actual detectives. The police response will be scaled to the severity of your crime and, most importantly, the presence of witnesses. A silent takedown in an alley might go unnoticed, but a public shootout will bring the full force of the Vicedale Police Department down on you. Rumors have even circulated about the most heinous crime sprees potentially triggering a military-level response. This transforms the wanted system from a simple game of cat and mouse into a complex investigation where your identity is your biggest liability. So, when you put it all together, a world that lives and breathes with realistic weather and wildlife, populated by intelligent individuals who remember your face, and governed by deep systemic mechanics for everything from stealing a car to escaping the police, the $100 price tag starts to make a terrifying amount of sense. Rockstar Games isn't just making a sequel. They are building a simulation, a digital slice of life so detailed and reactive that it threatens to make every open-world game that came before it feel like a relic. The launch, now reportedly scheduled for May 26, 2026, isn't just a date on the calendar. It's a looming event horizon that could transform the entire gaming landscape forever.